Welcome to As the Key Turns. I'm David Lehman, and I worked for the first Supermax prison in America, USP Marion, for 23 years. And this is just a part of my story. People who join the Federal Bureau of Prisons who have a skill they think they could use inside of the prison. Things like plumbers, recreation specialists, riot control experts, electricians, and alarm specialists. All these are jobs inside of a prison. Most of the time, the actual work is done by the convicts under the supervision of the employee. The issue is that the unqualified in many instances are chosen to do the job. The selection process for most positions are based on personal relationships with the individual who selects the person to fill the position. I'll tell my personal story and a few of the others that I'm aware of. In my case, the BOP decided to teach all the employees about riot control and not just a special team. I was sent to Fort Chaffee twice for 3 months each. We trained every day for 8 to 10 hours in all aspects of riot control. That would have given me about 2,000 hours of training in the subject. I was in a real life riot, at Fort Chaffee. So for me, it was not just classroom theoretical instruction. A guy who had an 8-hour class was chosen to give the training to the other employees because he was most qualified, or so said the warden. I had a coworker who was a plumber in the Navy. He had repaired the president's toilet while assigned to Camp David. He was not chosen to be a plumber, but a guy who fixed his own toilets in his own house was. I met a guy who was an electronic security specialist in the Air Force. He was not allowed to install alarms or repair security cameras. The guy chosen had set up his own VCR and stereo. The chosen employee did not even know about the law that describes the theory of electricity, a basic electrical knowledge. I personally was more qualified than the guy they chose, since I had set up 2 storage facilities with 16 cameras in one place and 32 cameras at the other. And I still maintain those 2 facilities. It's a bit more than setting the time on your VCR. And I didn't even feel qualified to do that job. I knew the guy who fixed the TVs at the prison. We got along very well, and I knew him for many years. He asked me to be his assistant. His reckoning was that I knew how to do my own security system, and he felt that he could teach me the TV repair part. I turned him down, and he never did get an assistant. The point is that the BOP, the most qualified people rarely get the job. My last example was the woman who went to school to learn how to run a sewer plant. She volunteered with the city of Marion to work at their sewer plant. She felt that real-world experience doing the job would give her a leg up on anybody who only had, just school knowledge. The guy who beat her out for the job, he had neither. He was trained on the job by the guy he was to replace. She decided not to apply for any other job in the BOP ever again. Most of the people I talk about realize that they would never receive a promotion based on their qualifications. I could have told them that. The suckasses have a much better chance to get a job outside of custody. Like the school-trained welder who waited until he retired to go back to being a welder. He was turned down many times and spent over 20 years trying to get a job in the facilities department. I could give you many more examples, but you get the point. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like button down there. Don't be an ass, hit that button. And subscribe if you haven't already, and consider donating to my Patreon account at patreon.com/asthekeyturns. And remember, I have a podcast that you could leave a 5-star review in it. And thanks for watching.